What up guys, it's your boy llJaws, and today we're going to be showing you how to launch control and showing you different launches for drag racing. For all the rookies out there who are just coming in drag racing like me, like my sucky butt, we're going to teach you how to drag race, how to do different launches from the line. There's like 10 different launches, there's 7 different launches in here, so let's get to it. But first I want to show you my setup, my setting setup and stuff. First, the first tip is if you want to see your quarter mile, make sure you put down your downforce right here to down all your cars. Make sure you put that downforce down to all your cars, because if you leave it at max, the seconds of the quarter mile will go up, and you don't want that. You want the fastest time possible, so make sure that downforce is all the way down. And of course, people that, hold on, let me turn on the engine here. And of course, people are more experienced in the comments saying, "Oh, I already know all this stuff, man. I'm so good." Alright, you don't have to put yourself on me for so good. So, and I haven't commentated in a long time. So this is going to be a bad commentary. But I'll try my best to explain things. Alright, so you want that downforce all the way down for all your cars so you can get the fastest times possible. And I want to show you my setup here. Pretty much for mine, I leave auto reverse on. I put my units to metric, so if I test cars, I can see the more around the numbers, around the kilometers. That's how I test cars and use this track right here. Of course, gearbox, you leave in a manual to do the different launches. Sometimes you can only do automatic for the dead launch, the dead starts, and the just the regular one. The 2-gear launch. That's the only ones you can do with that. So that's my setup. So, think about launch control. It's different launches. In gears is all the gearboxes. Each launch is different in each gear, and each car is different as well. Make sure, guys, each car is different. Every car is different, so these launches that I'm about to show you will affect that car dramatically, or in each gear it can be in. So remember, each car is different, and accelerate's different. Some have more horsepower, some have less horsepower, some have less torque, sometimes have and the reason why 8 gears not in here, because I'll show you a clip later for the 8th clip. Also, the next tip before we go into the launches is when you're in the starting line, revving your engine up. You want do not, when those lights come on, do not let go of the gas pedal and push it back in. The reason why, it means you'll lose speed. So do not, when you do that, do not let off the gas pedal and push it back in a second later, because that will lose you speed. You want to hold the gas pedal with every fire you got. Only let go of the e-brake for every launch. Only let go of the e-brake. That's the only thing you need to let go in a lot of these launches when you're fully revving up the car. You want to literally just hold the gas pedal. Just hold the gas pedal. That's a big tip. Hold the freaking gas pedal first. Alright, now we're going over the launches. I showed you all how to look at your quarter mile and settings, all that stuff. So the first launch we got is the dead launch, or dead start. The dead start and the dead launch is a pretty good one, and plus a lot of these launches are good. They affect every car, so I don't know if they're really good or not and on the car or not. But I do know the dead start, 1 gear, 2 gear, and 2 gear are the best for this car. And we'll get to those. So the first launch is dead start. The dead start launch is a pretty easy launch to know. Nothing really to it. This launch can be used in all gearboxes. Say it again. This launch can be used in all gearboxes. So pretty much what you want to do is just put in first gear, Oh yeah, and make sure, big tip before I go over these launches, this launch, make sure you change your R1 as shift. I can't show it because I'm using the PS4 because I don't know editing software still, so yeah, it's like a life book. And you want to go to your button assignments and you want to switch your R1 shift up to L1. This will make you shift better. If you want to do it, it really helps because I use it a lot. I learned that from Lazy Space video. Go check his channel out. He has a lot of good drag content as well. Of course, he's like one of the better drag racers, so go check him out. So for the dead launch, switch to the first gear, and pretty much you want to, as soon as you hit the red bar up there, well, kind of before it, you want to hit shift. So that's the dead launch. It works for all gears. Dead start or dead launch. It works for all gears, and it's one of the most used ones. Alright. Alright, for the next start is called to rev your whole 1 gear up to 2 and switch it immediately to 2 gear. It's first gear all the way to 2 gear. So first gear, rev it all the way up. And as soon as you go, hold that gas pedal, you want to switch to second gear immediately. You want to switch it as fast as humanly possible. Let me show you. See how I switch it to second gear quickly? So that's the first gear to second gear immediately launch. Pretty easy launch. Can't be used a lot. Alright. On to the next one. Alright, so the next one we're going over is the normal launch. This is pretty much the most normal launch. It's just pretty much what every rookie starts using. They pretty much just, all you do is just rev it up the first gear, hold the gas pedal off, you know, 1 gear, and just switch it to 2 gear. It's just a normal launch, guys. Off 1 gear, hold it. But you gotta be careful. This launch is not really used a lot, the normal launch, because it's not really a good launch. But it does work for some cars, though. Switch it there. That's the normal launch. I'm not gonna show you because it's just a normal launch. The next launch is the same thing as the second launch. It's the same thing as the second launch. The first gear, the second gear immediately launch. So what you must do is just slowly rev the car. Of course, this can work for most gears. Slowly rev that car. Slowly rev it at 1 gear. And just let it get it a little bit like that. Let it just pop the engine. And you want to go and switch to 2 gear immediately. Pretty much the same thing as 2 gear launch. The second launch. Oh. Alright guys, I'm not going to waste my time talking again, because someone just walked in and ruined the my commentary. But back to the launch. So pretty much the first gear, you rev it slowly, and 2 gear launch. That's pretty much what goes around around my house as well, guys. Just people walking in my room telling me to do stuff. Yeah, dumb life. Okay. That's pretty much what you do. Is you slowly rev up to 1 gear and you immediately slowly rev up to 1 gear and just go to 2 gear immediately. Alright. So the next one is called 2 gear. The 2 gear launch is used by a lot of cars, and it's actually a pretty good launch for use for most cars. What you want to do, switch to 2 gear, rev it up, and hold the gas pedal, just let go of the e-brake and you're gone. So that is the second gear launch, used by lots and lots of cars. Also, I'm going to go back to my other launches. The second gear immediately launched. That can be used in all gearboxes. The third one, the slowly rev one. The third one, the slowly rev one, the 1 gear, the 2 gear, can be used for all gears. And this 2 gear one can be used, I guess, for all gears as well. So pretty much all gears, I mean all gearboxes. For me saying all gears means all speeds, like 4 speed, 5 speed, 6 speed, 7 speed, and 8 speed. So the next launch, the 4th launch, is called, I'm sorry if I'm numbering these wrong, I just suck kind of there. I'll try my best though. You want to put it on 3rd gear, but the 3rd gear launch can only work for 7th gear cars and 8th gear cars. If you use this on a nice 4-speed car, you're not even going to get a launch, as you see there. You're not even going to get nothing. So let me show you the 3rd launch on another car. Alright, that was the 3rd launch. All you have to do is just rev your engine all the way up if your car is in 7th gear or 8th gear, and immediately you want to go up. And immediately you just let go of the gas pedal, or just let go of the e-brake, and you're gone. Alright. The 6th launch, or the 5th launch, you know, it's called the 3 gear to 2 gear launch. This is pretty much a downshift launch. There's 2 kinds of downshift launches. So this is the 3 gear to 2 gear launch. Pretty much what you gotta do is just rev your car all the way up to 3 gear, and immediately once you let go of the e-brake, you want to immediately downshift to 2 gear. Let me show you. That's what it will look like. Of course, somewhere in 4th gear, so it's not really going to go. So do not use this launch for 4th gear and 5th gear. Only use this launch for 6th gear, 7th gear, and 8th gear, because the other gear, like that, will just make the car launch so slow, and you're not even going to get anything. So this launch, 3rd gear to 2 gear launch, downshift to 2 gear. Only for 6, 7, and 8. So the next gear launch is pretty much the same as the 3rd and 2 gear, but this time it's 2 gear to 1 gear. The 2 gear to 1 gear launch can be used for 6th gear, 5th gear, and 4th gear. For the higher gears, it will just rev too fast, and you will lose your launch at the start. So pretty much all you want to do is rev it up to, you know, rev it on 2 gear all the way up, and immediately want to downshift to 1. Let me show you. And that is the 2 gear to 1 gear launch. And hold on, guys, I want to show the 3 and 2 gear action as well. So that is the 3 gear, the 2 gear, and 2 gear to 1 gear launches, 6 and 7. Alright, so the last launches that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you all the launches we covered right now. We have covered the dead start launch, the 1 gear to 2 gear, rev your 1 gear up and straight to 2 gear, shift directly to 2 gear launch. Third launch, slowly rev your car to 1 gear, very slowly, and switch it to 2 gear immediately. 4 and 3 around there. 4 is the normal launch. Normal launch is pretty much the same. Rev your car all the way up to 1 and go. And just do the shift. A few seconds off 1. 5th, 2 gear launch. 2 gear launch can be used for 6 speed, 7 speed. Can be used for like all speeds almost, except for 4 speed and 5 speed. So 2 gear launch, do not use it for 4 speed and 5 speed. 6th launch, we got the third launch, the 3rd gear launch. Can be used for 7th and 8th gear. Only them two. The 7th one, we have the 7th and 8th one, we got the 3 downshift to 2 gear, and the 2 downshift to 1 gear. Alright, the last 2 launches that I know, 9 and 10, and if you all have more launches, let me know. Let me know, because I'm trying to help people out. If you don't want to tell your launches, that's okay. It's your secret. Now, the last 2 launches I'm going to go over is the 500 RPM, well 5,000 RPM, and the 3,000 RPM launch on both 1st gear, 5th, and 2 gear, 2nd gear. These 2 gears can work perfectly for these 2 launches, and it kind of can give you maybe a good start for different cars as well. But I'm going to show you the 1st gear. The 1st gear launches the 1st gear RPM launches can only be used on 4th gear and 5th gear and 6th gear. Those are the only 3 you can really use them on. Because if you use it on a high gear, on 1st gear, it'll rev up way too fast, or you could probably use them. I don't know. You have to see. Shut up. I'm working here. So what you want to do, I put it on 4th gear. I'm just going to show you them on 4th gear. You want to put it on 3,000 RPM, and you want to launch. Launch from 3,000 RPM. Alright, that's the 3,000 RPM launch from 1 gear. Alright. And for the 5,000 RPM launch, or 6,000 if you want to pep it up a notch, this is probably one of the best launches for the Honda Civic and the MX-96, because these will raise up your kilometer and make you launch so dang far up, and it's scary. If you look at one of the latest Honda Civics build, you can start from 5,000 RPM with the Honda Civic, or 6,000, and you can floor it. Of course I can't shift because I'm rookie right now. That's pretty much what the launch is. It's one of the better launches in the game. Well, I say every launch is better. So that's the 5,000 RPM launch, one of the best launches in the game from 1st gear. But I want to do the same launches, but in 2 gear this time. Because that can work, from my experience, that can work as well. The 2nd gear launches can work, I guess, for 6th gear, 7th gear, 8th gear gearboxes most regularly. So you want to rev it up, you know, the 3,000 RPM on 2 gear. Immediately you want to go. So that's the 3,000 RPM launch on 2nd gear. Alright guys, we're going over the last launch I'm going to show you guys. Of course, tell me if there's more launches in the comments. So pretty much you're going to rev it up to 5,000 RPM from 2 gear. Immediately want to go. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. This car is bouncing. Alright guys, that is it for this video. That's how to launch control and how to do different launches for Drag Racing Guide. I hope you all enjoyed this vid. If it didn't, just dislike the vid if you want. Or tell me in the comments that there's more launches. And yeah, I'll try to find them. But I hope you all enjoyed this vid. I pretty much showed you about 10 launches. Of course, all these launches will affect different cars. Each car will be different. Each car will accelerate different. Each car has more higher horsepower. Each car has more, each car is different. And each of these launches will affect the car differently, and if each gear with the car as well. But I hope you all enjoyed this vid. And big tip, I want to show you a big tip in this vid. Of course, I haven't used these yet, but use drift tires on certain cars, or use them on all cars. Try to test them out and see if they give you better launches. And say, what? Drift tires, llJaws? What the heck? And of course, I'm weird, yes, but try them out. It could give you better launches on certain cars. Just try drift tires. It could make you have better launches. But that's it from me, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know, smash that like button if you like this vid, or dislike the vid if you think this vid was crap and I'm so experienced and I'm so good at drag racing you don't even know it. But yeah, this is your boy llJaws. And America, say bye to the viewers for me. America will beat your asses. No you won't. You suck so much. You get beaten up by lazy and traffic. Oh man. Oh. I'll cry in the corner. No, that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this vid. And yeah, it's been llJaws, guys. Later.